Welcome to The Daily Show. I'm Ronny Chieng. We got so much to talk about tonight. The TSA ends its foot fetish, the trade war gets semi-erect, and great news, pedophiles, the Epstein list doesn't exist. Party tonight at Chuck E. Cheese. So let's get into the headlines. Let's kick things off with today's biggest news, because I know a lot of people out here are always like, oh, the news is so awful, everything is terrible, I hate fascism, do something. Well, stop whining, okay? Because finally, there's some great news for America.
A senior government official says the TSA will no longer require travelers to take off their shoes at security checkpoints.
All right, TSA, 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 TSA. All right, people will cheer anything. Yes, the TSA finally got fed up with yelling at people to take their shoes off, just like Asians when white people visit. Just take your shoes off, you barbarians, okay? There is no argument for shoes in the house. There's feces on the sidewalk. Anyway, ending this policy is long overdue. It's 2025. Terrorists don't crash airplanes anymore, okay? Boeing crashes airplanes. Now, the only people this is not good for is elites like me who, and I don't want to brag here, have pre-check. What benefits do I still have over you plebes? Because I pay to keep my shoes on, and now, what, everyone else is just keeping their shoes on for free? So what the am I paying for? I should be allowed to wear 2 pairs of shoes and have a loaded gun. Or 4 ounces of liquid, okay? Give me something. Okay, that's enough good news. Let's move on to Donald Trump. Yesterday, he had a dinner with Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister and kosher Thanos. And you know how whenever a world leader visits Trump and they have to butter him up with a special surprise? Well, Bibi went all out.
At the White House last night, the president hosted a dinner for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The prime minister gave him a letter nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
I want to present to you, Mr. President, the letter I sent to the Nobel Prize Committee. It's nominating you for the Peace Prize, which is well-deserved, and you should get it.
Thank you very much. This I didn't know. Wow. Thank you very much. Coming from you in particular, this is very meaningful.
Yes, Peace Prize nomination from Netanyahu is very meaningful, right up there with a Husband of the Year nomination from O.J. Simpson. But Mr. Netanyahu, let me tell you something. If you think you can get Trump to keep sending military aid to Israel by sucking up to him, well, guess what? You can expect that money in your bank account by close of business. Let's move on to the last bipartisan issue in America. What happened to Jeffrey Epstein? We've all been waiting for years for more details to come out about his crimes and his mysterious death. And now that Trump's in office and he said he'll release that information, we can finally get some answers.
The DOJ says its case closed on Jeffrey Epstein's alleged client list and his death.
After months of promising the public release of the Jeffrey Epstein client list, the Justice Department and the FBI now saying the client list doesn't exist.
The DOJ says it will not be releasing any more material from the case files.
What, that's it? You're just not going to release any more information? I've never been ghosted by a conspiracy before. I mean, this is crazy. I could have sworn that someone said there was an Epstein client list. Who was that?
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Oh, yeah, the Attorney General of the United States said the client list was on her desk. Let me guess, your desk also hung itself? Pam Bondi was supposed to release the pedophile list. If we wanted an attorney general to cover up sex crimes, we would have stuck with Matt Gaetz, okay? At this point, it's like the only way we can learn about who is a certified pedophile is if Kendrick Lamar makes a song about them. Look, I don't know what to believe anymore. Okay, can you just declassify something?
The Justice Department also releasing more than 10 hours of purported footage, which they say supports the medical examiner's finding Epstein died by suicide while in custody in 2019. The video allegedly shows the view from across Epstein's cell door in a Manhattan prison, indicating no one entered the area the night he died.
Is that background music to that? Finally, some transparency from this administration. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for debate.
The release of that surveillance video has fueled some conspiracies itself. There appears to be a missing minute at midnight.
It's very interesting that at the 11:58 mark and 58 second, the video jumps to 12 o'clock and is missing a full 61 seconds.
What is going on here? Why would they edit out 61 seconds? Was Epstein listening to a Beatles song and the government couldn't get the rights to it? And if that wasn't suspicious enough, when Trump was asked about it in his cabinet meeting today, he was over it.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. Are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Yeah, why are you guys obsessed with the suspicious death of my best friend in a federal prison when I was president right before he was going to be on trial for sex trafficking? It's so boring. But yeah, Epstein is old news. Trump is not going to use up his precious cabinet meeting time talking about somebody from years and years ago.
That's a gentleman named, and we call him President Polk. He was sort of a real estate guy. Too late, like Too Tall Jones for the Dallas Cowboys. Over there is Honest Abe Lincoln. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Remember when Bill Clinton had it and he rented it out to Teddy Roosevelt, went out and then you have Dwight Eisenhower, who was a very underrated president. He built the interstate system. Quincy Adams, Mrs. Adams, they were the first. Did you ever see John Lovitz, The Liar, where he goes, yeah.
I guess I can see why you didn't have any time to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. For more on this sudden ending to the Epstein case, let's go live to the Justice Department with Michael Kosta. Michael. There are so many questions left to answer.
Not at all, Ronnie. I spoke to top Justice Department officials, and trust me when I say that there's no story here. Jeffrey Epstein did not have a client list. He did not get murdered in prison. He actually never even existed. I'll be at the Dave & Buster's down the street. See you later, Ronnie. Thanks, buddy.
Wait, Costa, hold on. Wait, can you elaborate?
I'd be happy to elaborate. I own the high score on Buck Hunter, and that's a game at Dave & Buster's, which is an adult arcade that I go to after work every day.
No, not that. I mean, they can't just say Jeffrey Epstein didn't exist. We all saw photos of him.
We think we did, but it was just one of those collective false memories. It's like how many Americans believe there was a movie starring Shaquille O'Neal called Shazam. But guess what? There never was a Shaquille O'Neal, and there's no Jeffrey Epstein. See you at Buster's.
Wait. Then whose client list did Pam Bondi have on her desk?
That was all a misunderstanding. It looked like a client list, but you know what it was? It was actually just a list of an old BuzzFeed list of the top 10 Pokemon most likely to help you jumpstart your car. You want to talk scandal? They only have Squirtle at number 7. What is that?
Michael, how can you believe all this?
Ronnie. Let me ask you a question. Do you really think there's a cabal of millionaires out there who have the power to kill Jeffrey Epstein in prison and force the President of the United States to cover it up?
Well, when you say it out loud like that, yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay, and I do too, all right? And I want that cabal to know that I'm just a guy with a high score in Buck Hunter who's happy with whatever explanation they want me to believe. I'm good.
What, so that's it then? We're just gonna move on?
Ronnie, there's so many other juicy scandals out there. Have you seen this newly released Diddy client list? Woo! Let's check out the names on here. Oh, holy shit. You know what? Turns out this list actually never existed. So.
God damn it. Michael Kosta, everyone.